Everyone, so we are in Savannah today at Bonaventure Cemetery. We're going to go and check out the historical part of the cemetery. But this is a beautiful cemetery. If you've never been to Savannah, if you do come, definitely recommend checking this place out. It is kind of a busy cemetery. Tours going around. This actually started off as a plantation house property, and then when the house or the plantation burnt down, they turned it into a cemetery. And this is still an active one, so people are still being buried here. All right, we're gonna go. That's fine. This one, I'm just
right over here.
So this, I guess, is kind of an older, newer section. There were still some that were buried. I saw in 2014. Like I said, this still is an active cemetery with burials. So this place is so cool. And if you come during the summertime, like I have, definitely recommend an umbrella, which I have with me, and water, lots and lots of water. But you can actually take guided tours. But I like to just wander on my own. So we have, this is the Riley plot. A lot of them were born in 1890, 1898, 1885. And this is also the cemetery where the Midnight Garden in the Garden of Good and Evil, the Bird Girl statue. Unfortunately, she's been moved to the museum. But we are going to check out Gracie. Gracie's here. Trying to walk along the edges. This place is so beautiful. This is twice I've been here, and the first time was back in like 2001, and I didn't even get to see half of this place. It's just huge. And one way to tell in the south, if you're by water, all the Spanish moss. Ooh, 1823, it looks like, to 1927. It died in 1897. This place is just so cool. I mean, I don't even know which way to go. There's just so much to see. So we have 1858 to 1921. 1861 to 1915. Oh, my umbrella's catching all the trees. So right here is Johnny Mercer's grave. He was the co-founder of Capitol Records? Yeah, Capitol Records. He's wrote over 1,000 lyrics, Broadway shows, Oscars, all of that. And he is actually buried right there. Here in Bonaventure. In the J. Mercer section. Okay, so which way we gotta go?
You want to do the Mercer one?
Yeah, cool. If you are just joining us, thank you. I'm in Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah. So if you are just hopping on, thanks guys. This is Bonaventure Cemetery, Savannah, Georgia. And this right here is the Mercer section, which has Johnny Mercer. So if you don't know Johnny Mercer, he was actually the co-founder of Capitol Records. And he's buried out here. He's also did like 1,000 song lyrics. And he's buried out here. He's also did like 1,000 song lyrics, 4 Oscars. He wrote Broadway. And he is buried out here. And this place, you'll probably see a lot of people in my background. Like, this place is packed today. You can do guided tours, guided ghost tours, self tours, download an app. But I try to get the more historic area of the cemetery. I think it's like 160 acres is the cemetery. It is a huge, huge cemetery. So it started off as a plantation. In the plantation, I think the story is that there was a Christmas party and the house caught on fire, so they moved the whole party outside and pretty much continued the party and let the house burn down. And then the land was donated as a cemetery. A lot of prominent people from Savannah. And if you see that, that's my umbrella because it is hot. So if you're just now checking in, thanks guys. Bonaventure Cemetery on this super hot day. I couldn't pass it up. This place is huge. Like I said, so the Mercer section, Johnny Mercer section, just past his grave. Gotta go check out little Gracie's grave. She's up here. So let me know if you're checking in, where you're checking in from. So like I said, Bonaventure Cemetery. So let me know if you're checking in, where you're checking in from. So like I said, Bonaventure Cemetery, Savannah, Georgia today. A lot of self-guided tours here, ghost tours. If you've never been to Savannah, recommend it. Beautiful. If you've never been to Savannah, recommend it. Beautiful. And one way to tell in the South that you are near water, Spanish moss in the trees. So hey everyone that's joining. Definitely get lost out here. If you come, recommend bringing water. Get lost out here. If you come, recommend bringing water. An older one, but a newer one on this side. Hear people in the background. Oh, sorry. My umbrella, I have to have my umbrella today. Super hot. And this, General Robert Anderson. I believe Gracie. I'm going to make it to Gracie. If you've ever heard of Gracie's statue or seen pictures of Gracie's statue. Yeah, 9th U.S. Infantry. Died in the Philippines, 1901. And you can drive through here. There's places to park. So hi guys, everyone's checking in. Welcome from Savannah, Bonaventure Cemetery. Got my umbrella, my selfie stick. And if it seems like I'm kind of drunk walking, just going around in circles or zigzagging, it's because I'm trying not to get as many people in the background. A lot of cars here, a lot of people. I mean, you could spend a good day here looking at everything. So be sure, hit that like button, tap for me. Show me some love, please, because I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Saturday in the cemetery. That's my kind of people. And these are from like 1839. 1819 right there, 1856, like I said, still an active cemetery. So I guess if they have open spots, if you want to be buried out here, you can. Yeah, these are like 1907 to 78 to 2003. So this is kind of a newer, or at least a family one that's still being used. I mean, they have some beautiful monuments, headstones. There's so much to see out here. So if you're just now checking in, thanks guys. Thanks for stopping in. Bonaventure Cemetery, Savannah, Georgia. Gift span left on one. I mean, this place has beautiful headstones. Now, I love New Orleans, but I also love Savannah. Kind of torn between the two that I like the most more. I am at Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia. This, I believe it's like 160 acres. I know it's over 100 acres. And the story is that Bonaventure used to actually be a plantation, and I think the story goes on Christmas Day or something, Christmas Eve, they were having a party and the house caught on fire. Instead of stopping the party, they actually moved the party out to the front lawn and just let the house burn down. And afterwards, they donated the land for a cemetery. And I don't know if y'all can hear all the cicadas. The cicadas are so loud. Oh, got the shells. Even some gifts. Died in 1903 at 75. It's a huge monument. Thanks for the likes. Yep. And I think it says, so there's a penny. If I remember correctly, a penny left on a grave just shows that you stopped by, paid your respects. I think it's a quarter. It goes up like if you served in the military with them. But I do believe a penny left. It just shows that you've stopped by, you want to pay your respects, and you've left a penny. So if you're just now joining us, thanks. We are in Bonaventure Cemetery, Savannah, Georgia. This place is just beautiful. Hot but beautiful. If you've never been, I definitely recommend it. These are all baby graves back here. I want to say New Orleans has a lot of mausoleums. This one has huge monuments, crosses, headstones, beautiful, elaborate grave markers. I mean, Gracie, before I die. I hate that. That's one thing about trying to film in the South. It gets so hot, your stuff overheats. Hey everyone, if you were with me a while ago, my device overheated. We are at Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia, and I thank you for checking back up in with me. So sorry about that. Let's see. So we are back here, back to little Gracie. Right as I got to Gracie's statue, my phone just totally overheated. I'm so sorry, guys. So if you're back with me, thank you. That's one thing about trying to film stuff here in the deep south, it is just so hot. It's probably over 90 degrees today. Hence why I got an umbrella, I got some water. But we're gonna go check out. Actually, I just want to stop by with this one real quick because I thought it was really cool. I have never seen a grave when someone was born as old as this one. So I've seen them for 18, I think the oldest grave I've ever seen was 1797 they were born. This one is 1744 to 1795. His wife was 1749 to 1821. And then children, 1777, 1779, 1784. And then grandchildren, I'm guessing, 1806, 1813, 1801, 1808, 1804. To me, that's just crazy because here, like I said, the oldest grave I've ever seen that they were born was like 1798 or something. So to have 1746 was pretty cool. And oh, there goes a tour. So if you ever want to go check out Bonaventure and you don't want to be like me and try to kill yourself and walk, there's tours. Well, actually, so I was just told by someone on this side, this person, that's George, this is Patrick, was born in 1700 and died in 1775. That's crazy. I've never seen. Oh, one person, okay, his wife was born in 75 and his wife died in 1775 and he died in 1762 and was born in 1700. I've never seen a grave that old. That's pretty cool. But we're gonna go check out Gracie's grave real quick before another tour stops by. And if you were with me a little while ago, it overheated and had to cool it down. I'm so sorry. So thank you for stopping back in. If you're just now checking in, we are in Bonaventure Cemetery, Savannah, Georgia. On this hot day, 90-something degrees. That's why my device overheated. But this place is beautiful. And right here is Gracie. So if you've ever seen the statue of Gracie, the famous statue of Gracie, this is her. Right there. So the story with Gracie is that her parents were from the north. They came down here. Her father was a merchant. And everyone loved her. And then when she was like 6, she caught yellow fever and passed away, and the whole town was just devastated. And so a sculptor made the statue of her. But I think the saddest thing is that her parents actually moved back up north and left little Gracie here by herself. So she is actually buried here by herself. Her family's up north, but as you can see, people leave little tokens to let them know that they've been here, pay their respects. Earlier I was talking about I saw a grave with a penny. I know pennies are just to let someone know that you've been there and visited. And then the military ones have different meanings, but you can see all of this where people have stopped, paid their respect to little Gracie. Another famous statue that would be here that they actually had to move was the bird statue. So if you ever watched or read the book Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, that statue on the front is actually from here, but they had to move it to a museum because vandals would preserve it. And as a guide went by earlier, I was listening to talk about this angel statue monument, and he was talking about her wing, where her wing is broke. That was due to a tree's limbs falling and breaking it. But her fingers, that apparently in a lot of cemeteries, not just this one, people break the fingers off as souvenirs, which I think is kind of horrible. And that is what's happened to her fingers, that people have just over the years vandalized it and broke them off. But her wing was broke off due to limbs falling during a storm. But if you're just now checking in, we are in Bonaventure Cemetery, Savannah, Georgia. Some more pennies on the ground. And this place actually started off, so the story of how this cemetery came about was that it used to be a plantation, and that Christmas, it's either Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, they were having a big party. Well, the house caught on fire. I think the kitchen caught on fire. Instead of stopping the party, because everyone was in such good spirits, that they just moved the party outside and continued the party on the lawn, and then just let the house burn down. So the house completely burned down, and then the family donated the land as a cemetery. So this is actually considered, I think they call it an open air art cemetery museum type deal. Really cool. This place is beautiful. And on my earlier live, before I overheated, I was at Johnny Mercer's grave. He's buried out here. If you don't know who Johnny Mercer is, he was the co-founder of Capitol Records. He has like over 100 or 1,000 song lyrics he's written, like Oscars. Who wrote Broadway. And so he is actually also buried out here. This is more of the historical area of Bonaventure. And this is actually still an active cemetery. So if there's spots available, you can still be buried out here. I know I was talking to one of the guides at the gift shop they also have here, that her family is all buried out here, and she will be buried out here. So this person was born 1833 in Germany and died in Savannah in 1876. If you've never been to Savannah, definitely recommend it. So guys, hit that like button for me. Show me some love. I appreciate you hanging out with me on a Saturday in a cemetery. This beautiful cemetery. Oh, those over there look pretty cool. We're gonna go check those out. I just love these headstones. So drop where you're from, watching this from. Let me know. I like to interact. If you're just now checking in, thanks. We are in Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia. And I think this cemetery, I think it's like 160 acres. I know it's over 100 acres. And then it's surrounded by 2 or 3 other cemeteries as well. So this place is huge. And we are kind of in the middle of the back part, which is their historic area. Oh, these look cool. If you're checking in again, if you're with me earlier, thanks for coming back. My device overheated because it's over 90 degrees here in Savannah. That's really cool. Like I said, so this is still an active cemetery. People are still being buried here. And here's some more. Here's another penny. Just stopping, paying respects. Rocks. When I showed y'all little Gracie, she had a lot. She actually had actual money, like dollar bills in there as well. She was a beloved person, little person, little girl back in the day. She is still loved today. But it's just sad that her parents are not even buried with her. They're buried after her death. They moved back up north, and she's all here by herself. Oh wow, these have a lot of rocks people have left. I was saying earlier, like for pennies, I know if you just stop by a grave or if you want to leave an offering, you can leave a penny just to pay your respects, saying that you were there. And I know with the military, like the different ones have different meanings. Like whether you've served with them, whether you were with them when they got killed, things like that. So here's like dimes, pennies, some quarters, rocks. Wow, you can barely see this one over here. It looks like it's Roberts. Don't know if there's more than one in there. I just see this main one right here. And if you hear people talking in the background, there's a ton of tours still going on. You can do self-guided. You can take the little tram thing where they drive you around. Or you can be crazy like me and just wander. They were born in 1842 and died in 1913. And this one, her husband was born in Scotland in 1803 and died in 1850. Or maybe that was her father. Let's hope that was her father. American Legion. They were wounded at the Battle of Brandy Station, Virginia, 1863, and died at Culpeper Courthouse, 1863. So they were wounded on the 1st and died on the 10th. Member of the Georgia Hussars. And then age 18, 11 months. So if you're just now checking in with me, stopping in, thank you. We are at Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia. Trying to stay in the shade. Earlier, my device overheated. I mean, you could spend a good day here. And like, there's so much to see. Like, I don't even know which way to go. Oh, I hear a car coming. I think I'm going to go over this way. If you've never been to Savannah, I totally recommend it. It is absolutely beautiful. But if you're not used to the heat, I do not recommend in the summertime. I mean, New Orleans, I love New Orleans, and they have huge crypts, mausoleums, but Savannah just has beautiful monuments and headstones. Walk over this way. Trying to stay in the shade a little bit as most as I can. And one way to tell that you are by water in the south, all the Spanish moss hanging from the trees. This is a very busy cemetery. Beautiful cemetery. Let's see. Some monument over here. Let's check this out. So guys, if you're just not checking in, thank you. If you were with me earlier and you came back, thank you. Oh wow. You see that? It says Noble Jones, 1702 to 1775. 1723. Ooh, 1698. 1762. Oh, that's that Patrick. So actually, I said he was born in 1700. He's actually born in 1698. That is wild to me. So Georgia was the last of the 13 colonies to settle in 1733. If you did not know that fun history fact. Oh, this guy. Let's see. Born 1791. I think this is Peter Wiltberger. He was a sea captain. And he was the one that actually, this Bonaventure was his. Like, he's the one that donated the land. He purchased 600 acres for $5,000, but it was also back in like 1846. So it was 600 acres, but then they donated over 100. I want to say it's 160 acres. That makes up this cemetery. Hi, thank you for checking in. If you're just not getting here, I am in Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia, on this really, really hot day. If you were checking in with me earlier and my device died, overheated, so I'm going to try and let it go as long as I can before it overheats again. Hopefully it doesn't, but... So this is George Jones of Wormslow. He was a judge, born February 25th, 1766, and died in 1838. And his daughter, she was born October 16th, 1823, and died October 19th, 1843. I love Savannah. Like, honestly, to me, Savannah and New Orleans is a toss-up. Like, I mean, this is beautiful. Ooh, this guy, Richard Joseph Nunn, was a scholar, physician, and Freemason, and was born in Ireland in 1831 and died in Savannah in 1910. I mean, there's so much history. I think this one over here is a Civil War one. Let's see. I want to say that's what this one is. Oh, finally a breeze. Thanks, guys, for checking in. Yeah, this is Veterans of World Wars. It says same thing on this side. To serve, they served. So World War II, World War I. Once again, here's the pennies and markers at the top, showing that you've stopped by and paid your respect. And And you can do this with any grave, even if you're just like, I did it at the grave of Anne Rice. Paid my respects visiting her grave. She's not actually buried here, of course. She's buried in Cemeteries Cemetery in New Orleans. These are World War I right here. Yeah, there are lots of snakes. I try to walk through where it's very clear, where the grass isn't too high. I mean, even at my place, snakes are so bad now. Oh, there was looks like a robin, hummingbird maybe, was hatched. Savannah trumps New Orleans and Charleston. Like I said, I've never been to Charleston, but New Orleans, like, definitely, like, it's a toss-up between New Orleans and Savannah for me. I guess depending on what I'm doing. Like, if I'm doing some, like, witchy stuff, New Orleans, obviously. But if I just want to come hang and just enjoy some scenery, great food, beautiful cemeteries, and Savannah all the way. It looks like there's still a spot available back there. And then there has one that says unknown. So this is for the one that's for just all of the missing in actions in all the wars. Like I said, this is actually still an active cemetery. People are still being buried here. I was talking to one of the ladies at the gift shop that's here. You can buy maps, things like that. And she said her family is all buried here and that she will be buried here. So look, there's a spot available. Ooh, James Constantine. Custas? And then here's an unknown. And then here's some of the newer ones. Like I said, still an active cemetery. Oh, August 29th, 2023. Silver Star, Bronze Medal, Purple Heart. Special Forces and a captain. That's pretty cool. So this is the little veterans area. Gonna try and go back. Don't want to get too hot over here. Like I said, so if you're following me, if you're watching me earlier, this is my second go for here. My device overheated. A lot of people, a lot of tourists still going around. Up toward the front is more of the newer section. It's getting really, really hot out here. So nice little breeze every now and then because we are right on the water. And one way to know in the south if you're near a river, lake, anything like that, the Spanish moss in the trees. So I think this is more of a newer section up this way. Still really cool though. (1894 to 1964 to 95). This is like the Jewish part right here. Oh yeah, at least right in here is the Jewish section. Hey, if you are just joining us, thank you. We are at Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah. Checking out this awesome place. And this part right here is the Jewish section. This is a newer side. Whoop. Okay, I heard something move in the bushes. Let me walk a little faster. Someone had mentioned snakes, and there definitely would be snakes out here. Check out this one. So they died February 1st, 1939 at age 85. And then Hilda, so that was Samuel Goldberg, and Hilda Goldberg died March 31st, 1927 at 62. I mean, this place just goes on and on. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from it where the grass and stuff is really high. Don't want to get snake bit. I mean, you could spend a good day searching through here. And guys, I think I'm gonna call it quits right now. It's getting really, really hot, but I thank you. I thank you for checking back in with me after the first round died. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead, subscribe, hit that like button, give me some love. I appreciate everyone. Thanks, guys. Alright, you know I can't leave without turning on GhostTube. At least once. This place is beautiful. Trying to be careful.
How are you?
I'm Good. How are you? So, Bonaventure Cemetery. Died 1884. Castle? What was Castle? Oh, this place is beautiful.
Old.
Old? This is an old place. Uh-oh. Well, that was 2024. Small. Probably a cremation at the foot of the grave. There's people coming up that side, so I'll go this way. So Conrad Aiken. Okay.
Bathroom.
Do you have to go to the bathroom? So this guy is a poet, I believe, writer. Born in New York, 1864, and died in Savannah, 1901. Oh, they both died the same day. Uh-oh. I need to see what happened. They both died February 27th, 1901. Huh. There's people coming up, so I'm walking this way. Let's go check out over here. That looks cool. That's interesting. Who died? He died 1833. Can't really make out any of this.
Rope.
Rope? What about a rope? Cemeteries? Mineral, 1879. I think maybe that's who sculpted this, because they died 1877. This is awful quiet. Oh, sculpture, Florence, 1898. That's cool. All right, well, this is a very quiet cemetery. So, I think about to leave. It's really hot.
It's bright.
It is bright. It's very hot. Very bright today. Thanks for joining me on Bonaventure Cemetery. I hope y'all liked it. Thanks.